What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is doing fantastic today. I am here with two very special guests today. I am here with the boy Triplet Dad and the boy Fast Abdul. Guys, how you guys doing today?
Pretty
Good.
good,
How you
buddy.
doing, Corey?
Um,
Dad?
I'm all right. I got a bad sore throat, kind of sick, but tired of looking at this market. To be honest with you, this market looks like pure donkey doo doo. But I'm doing okay.
It's very weird, right? How everything, Bitcoin, XRP, all those went up quite a bit. BNB, right? But Ethereum and everything tied to Ethereum is just freaking lagging big time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never, ever, ever seen this market, and it's so confusing because we talk about the 4 year cycle, and most of us have been in here since 2017 or so, and we're all under the assumption that basically cryptocurrency follows a cycle, and basically this cycle is so unbelievably deceptive because it's already almost March. The 4 year cycle theory, well, the halvening happened almost a year ago now, and last cycle, the bull market popped off, and it was the halvening was in May, so June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 7 months or so. This time, it's 10 months, and there's been nothing besides sideways movement and Bitcoin dominance rising. And I want to ask you guys this before we go into Steakhouse. I want to talk about Steakhouse a lot, but I want to ask you guys an honest question. Do you guys think meme coins killed this market? The dilution of value? Do you guys think meme coins, with the 30 million tokens we have now, or whatever it is, destroyed this market?
I don't think so. I think it's just a season. It's there's meme coin season, and then and meme coins destroy other meme coins, and then but eventually the value will move back into DeFi, and once that happens, things will start looking like they should.
Dude, I hope so.
Those guys usually, just like Fast said, usually exit those meme coins at some point and go back into their favorite coins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened with pump tires, right? We saw a lot of people go back into the standard RH tokens after that went through the roof. After Melania and Trump went up, you saw a lot of people go back into actually Solana, right?
Yep.
So hard to say. But what you're saying, Corey, is somewhat valid because there's always going to be money parked in those tokens that wasn't there prior, right?
Yeah.
So that coin has a market cap. Those coins are in wallets, just like most, and just like pump tires, and there's always going to be a little bit of funds there. But I think it's so incremental in that people took their gains and put it back into Pulse or Solana or Bitcoin or Ethereum. Maybe not Ethereum, but it's because Ethereum's trash right now. Can't believe
It's
it.
horrible.
It's so annoying to me.
Oh, 1 second, guys. I just got to change my camera view. For some reason, it's looking really weird right now. It's looking opposite.
I think in regards to the funds stuck in those meme coins, a part of that will likely move into DeFi in one way or another, right? Like let's say the Trump token on Ethereum, okay, so it went up, it went down, maybe it goes up again, maybe it doesn't, but there's going to be some users who participate in liquidity providing. Likely somebody smart is going to make a yield farm that involves the Trump token and Solana, right? So it's these meme coins that we kind of see as value extractors, whatever's left in the bucket could add to the ecosystem in one way or another, and then the odd meme coin makes the journey from being a meme to being a store of value, right? And I think with some of the new RH ones, maybe we see something like that, right? Just for example, we have Most, Trump, and Pump. I think were the original 3 that have the most liquidity that were launched on Pump.tires, likely by RH or an entity that he knows. And, we could see those end up in the Pulsechain farms. I'm probably going to make farms for them on 2 fucks, right? And then they're contributing to the overall DeFi mechanism. Now, that's not the path for most of the meme coins. Obviously, most of them go to near zero, but some of them could make the journey.
I think one of the biggest issues that we face here is this. So when I got into crypto and those are all great points. When I got into crypto in 2017, there was about $2,000 worth of $2,000, 2,000 cryptocurrencies. With that being said, when there was 2,000 cryptocurrencies, you only had about, at the high, it was about 800. I think it was $28 billion, just under $1 trillion. So that $828 billion spread across 2,000 cryptocurrencies was a lot easier to maneuver and a lot easier for projects to garner capital acquisition or monetary acquisition regarding high caps, low caps, and mid caps. Fast forward to 2021, you had 10,000 cryptocurrencies, and you had $3 trillion. So now you have $3 trillion that need to be spread across 10,000 cryptocurrencies. Now in 2025, I think it's like somewhere in the millions range, like a mid 7-figure range, maybe even higher, where you have $3.5 trillion now that has to maneuver between not just 10,000, not just 2,000, but between millions of cryptocurrencies. So I think that there's a oversaturation and dilution of value from large projects because the monetary energy doesn't have to, but the monetary energy is now all over the place, basically, between different projects. Now there's copies of copies on different chains. I'm not even talking about just Pulsechain. So it really begs the question: have we created too many cryptocurrencies that have
very, very, very likely, right? Because you had Pepe on Ethereum, then there's the copy, and then they made one on pump tires. So now there's three Trace Pepes, right?
Yep.
So it's very. I don't know what to do with that. I don't play around with it. I just let everybody else do it, right? Let B Roots and his crew track those down. Occasionally, I'll get involved with the meme coin.
Same here.
But it's very rare. I'm usually too busy. I miss the launch, whatever, all that stuff. Oh, Mr. Hex Monkey, my cigar buddy.
Thank you, Hex Monkey. Steakhouse is really cool. So much awesomeness, Pulsechain. Hopefully market prices match their greatness soon. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. And I agree. I mean, what baffles my mind is that Pulsechain has so much utility. And guys, like, we're one of the biggest, if not the most loudest, we're one of the most loudest communities on social media. Like, have you guys seen and what's up, Randy Hilarski? How you doing, brother?
Good morning, Randy.
Have you guys seen the Doge SEC thing on Twitter and the amount of people that basically have highlighted that the whole notion of Richard and how many likes and impressions they get? Like, it baffles my mind how
when any of those guys put something up, right? With Hexo or any of those guys put something yourself. The amount of replies and likes and follows and retweets is ginormous.
Yeah, Hexo got, for last time I checked, he commented under that. He got 2.1K likes. I put in about 4 hours later, and I'm at around 700, somewhere around there. And it like goes to show that, and it's not even just me. Like Turbo, I saw Coffee, I saw many others that got higher than 100 likes, and it's like. There's obviously, I don't think there's anything wrong with the chain. I really do think right now it's a sentiment of the market. Like, I look around cryptocurrency right now, and I think some guy named Miles, I forgot his last name, Doer or something, he said the sentiment is worse than FTX, and I really do think it is worse than FTX because nobody has a clue what's going on. Like, most people are used to that 4-year cycle. Like, okay. We all thought that Gary Gensler resigning was going to lead to a bull market. We thought Trump getting into the market was going to lead to a bull market. But in all these great crypto executive orders, we're going to lead to a bull market. But nothing has happened.
But the truth is nothing has happened with the stuff we like. Right?
That's true.
because Somi did his little thing on B&B yesterday. That went through the freaking roof, right? From the low of the last
Yes.
to now, astronomical. And Bitcoin is parked right at 100K ish, right? Having been at 14,000 not long ago. So there are coins doing well in this bull market. It's just not the ones tied to ETH and the ones that we hold in our wallet, which is making us a little salty. Most of my net worth is in Pulsechain, right? I have very few coins in any other chains, and I wish that these pumps would translate to EVMs that I'm affiliated with, but right now not so much.
Who's to say though that it has to look exactly like it did other cycles, right? Like, the general expectation is like, okay, Bitcoin hits the top, let's say it's 140, 150, then cash starts flowing into Ethereum pumps to 10, 15K, and then it flows into other EVM chains, right? Pulsechain being on that list. But what if this time it looked different? What if it flowed from obviously we've seen Solana do very, very well, but there's starting to be a retrace there. What if it flowed from Bitcoin directly into other chains, right? Into Solana, and then Solana to Pulsechain, right? Like there's more than one path to victory here. And I think as long as we continue to have a loud voice and basically a fanatical religion, as far as I can tell, we should be able to get our portion of that market share. Not financial.
Who's the guy that's bringing Bitcoin right into Pulsechain? The Pulse LM guys, right? They do that, don't they?
Yeah, you can bridge right into Pulsechain with Bitcoin. They have like a Lightning bridge or something like that.
Yeah,
he's a fellow cigar smoker too.
Oh, there we go.
I streamed with him a while ago. That was actually one of the most viewed videos I it's in like the top 10, almost 4,000 views, maybe a little bit more or less. I don't know.
He's an interesting guy, huh?
Yeah, he is. And the funny part is, I remember when I streamed with him, it was like off the cusp. We were talking. He's like, "Yeah, check this out. Like, we're about to release." I'm like, "You want to do a stream right now?" He's like, "Yeah." We did a 15-minute stream, and it did well. And on the topic of projects on Pulsechain, obviously both you gentlemen are project founders. I want to talk a little bit about Steakhouse. So,
okay, hold on. Let me change my hat. All right.
So, Triplet, what is Steakhouse and how does it function?
So, Steakhouse is basically following the ethos that created MCRs. Together, we could swim with whales, right? That's what we started with when we had our pools for Pulsex, Liquid Loans, Poor Pleb, 9-inch, Internet Money, all the pools that we helped facilitate. We knew that we would, if we put our money together, we could get some rates that were similar to that of the whales out there, the guys that are eating up all those extra tokens up at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
So with Steakhouse, it's very much, I want to give some props. Everybody thinks I hate these tokens, but I want to give some props to Maxi and Desi and all those. It's very much like that, right? But it's self-guided, right? So if you want to pick a spot in some of those charts where there's not many people coming unstaked at that particular time, you could pick that date and create a pool. And that pool you can choose from 1 to 30 days on people joining that pool. Okay. And then once that time is up, stake goes live and everybody's participating. So right now we have pool 3 on both Ethereum and Pulsechain, because we've launched on both chains. That stake is a 30-day stake. We left it open, I believe, for 5 days. I think there's 6 point something or 7 million somewhere around there hex on the Pulse side, and a little over 1 million on or close to 2 million on the Ethereum side. So we had some good participation, people testing this out. It's a 30-day stake, and it is basically we did our testing. We want everybody to do their testing and make sure that this is what they would like to participate.
This is live, right? Triple Dead, like anybody can use this now.
100%. Anybody can use it.
What's the website?
Stakehouse.io.
And is there a token associated with this, with Steakhouse?
No.
Nice. Okay, cool. Interesting. So,
but it does reflect on your MCR 369 token a bit, right?
Yeah, it does. Let me put this in the private chat if you're going to bring something up there, Fast Abdul.
Yeah, you bet.
That is a link to Pool 3.
Sweet.
And from that link, you can swap back and forth from Ethereum to Pulsechain. So yeah, everything is live right now. So you go in there. If I put in 10,000 hex, I get 10,000 tokens for that particular pool. Okay, those tokens I can move them to another wallet. I can take them to the OTC and sell them. It's the reason why we created the OTC, is because if people wanted to get out of their stakes, there wouldn't be any liquidity pools deep enough to sell 10,000 tokens, right? So you can go onto the OTC and sell some of your position if you like.
So basically receipt tokens, right? Like it's a receipt for the stake I just made?
Correct. It's a receipt.
And I can transfer that to another wallet. So I now have a movable stake?
Correct.
Okay.
And so security, that's good for security, right? If you feel like you have a wallet that may be compromised, blah, 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 right? Move it to another wallet. Every stake that comes out has a unique token. So it's not like all maxi, right? Every stake has a unique token. And it's a little bit different than Actuator, where everybody needs to fit in the 3,000, 5,000, 7,000. So everybody in this neighborhood has a niche, right? I love the Actuator guys. I think Bill's awesome. I think what he built is awesome, right? I think what we built is awesome as well. So when that stake goes, you'll see after 30 days when this stake comes to term, right? Anybody can unstake this stake, right? So I can click the end stake button if I'm in the pool or if I'm out of the pool. Okay. So if I'm click the unstake button, everybody behind me pays me back to get their hex. So on Ethereum, that's a big deal. So if Ethereum goes bonkers, like we know it will eventually, right? And the gas goes up, and I saw a little bit of news that might be happening the other day. I forget which side I saw that on. If the gas starts going up again on Ethereum, and it's $200 to unstake something, that stake is sometimes too expensive to unstake and be profitable, right? So with this, if I had 10 people in that pool or 100 people in that pool, we're all splitting that S load across all of us. One guy pays for it and the next guy pays him back. And let's just say if somebody's on vacation, they forget about their stake, or what have you, right? Some of that hedron starts to bleed to the guy that clicked the unstake button. So it actually can be profitable to unstake.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is pretty slick in that fashion.
Nice. So I got it up on the screen here. I've actually I knew about this, but I haven't had time to look at it yet. So I'm at the dashboard. I got some good stats. TVL, hex pool, number of pools. So there's 5 pools right now, right?
Yeah, so the first 2 were us testing it, and then the pool number 3 was us bringing it public. So that's got 7.3 million hex in it, 95 grand on our first big pool. I think the other 2 in there were just created by people that wanted to test it out for themselves, right? I told people, do one on your own, do one native, right? Put 5,000 hex over here and 5,000 hex over here. Imagine going into a pool with 1 million hex. There's already 7 million hex in there. What your bigger pays better bonus is going to be, right? It's astronomical compared to what it would have been had you staked that on your own, either in an HSI format or whatever format you chose.
Because now you get a whale in there that stakes 40 million hex. Everybody who stakes after him is going to be laughing, right?
Right. Somebody comes in, if a whale comes in, because bigger pays better bonus maxes out at 150 million hex. So whales don't even touch that. Usually whales come in with 40 million, 50 million hex, right? And get their 30 days or 45 days worth of yield. If they did that with this, we could be back at normal yield again, prior to OA's involvement with staking their hex, right? We could get back to big numbers.
Nice. Okay, so I'm on the pools page. Okay, so I can see these 2 pools say cooking.
Right.
So does that mean the stake has already started?
Yeah. So click view.
Okay.
If you take a look at that, so when it says ordering, that means that pool is still open for involvement, right? You can still join it. Also, if this pool is still in the ordering side, right? You can actually, if you see somebody that has a stake that you would rather join, you can actually remove your money out of the 7 million pool and put it in the 5555 pool.
So how long is the ordering phase? Like if
that's determined by the person who created the pool. So it could be 1 to 30 days. So let's just say we have
I see here, I can't join, right? Like these, because these 2 are cooking. I could join this 5555.
Correct.
Pulsechain stake here.
Yeah.
But I can't join these ones because they're already underway, right?
Yeah, they're already cooking. Correct.
After these are done, do they renew or does somebody have to make it again?
No. Once they're done, if you click view, it'll say served, which means a stake is ready. So that's the other cool thing about this. There's no accidental unstaking before the letters go black, right? There's none of that. There's no EES. This hex is locked up for the term of this stake, which I love.
I like that. So it's harder to make a mistake and wreck yourself with being emergency unstake when you should.
Right. So once this says served, somebody clicks the unstake button, and once it's unstaked, he pays that fee and he starts to get paid back as other people unstake. And if there is anything like a bleed out factor with the 365 days of right that happens with a normal bleed, that goes to MCR stakers. It doesn't go to the OA. The OA's got plenty of hex. He doesn't need any more, right? And it goes, some of it goes to the person who clicked the unstake button.
Cool. I like it. Okay, so let's say I want to start a stake. So I'm looking at this menu here, and I decide I don't want to participate in a Quattro Cinco today.
So do create pool, the little blue button.
Create pool, stake duration,
and those are all you have to do, right?
Nice.
Stake duration from 5555 all the way down, right? And then enrollment period is the same as well. I believe that maxes out at 30 days, if my memory serves me correctly. So steak duration, you're choosing your duration. Enrollment period is how long this stake is open for people to join. And creator fees, that's a big deal. There's been other protocols out there that let people try to take advantage of their position within the community and put larger fees out there, right? Or if you want to get a bigger pays better bonus, we're going to charge 5% or whatever that number may be.
Right.
This maxes out at 1%, right? And every stake that we do, a steakhouse, because we're going to sponsor a lot of steaks, is going to be 0%. I'm not in here to take your money, right?
If I create this and I put 1%, then I get the 1% of everybody who joins after.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
And that's for guys like vets, right? Who wants to do some donations for his veterans group or soccer team. And I am not against that at all. And we can actually move that number up if people had like a charity that we felt was worthy of it. But honestly,
I don't think it should.
It's not decentralized, that number. It is my number and Ty's number. We agreed on that number, and it's 1% max right now.
Now, for this stake duration, I do it on the slider bar, or is there a place where I can type it in?
Slider bar.
Okay.
So Triplet, was it just you and Ty working on this? How many people did you have working on this?
We had 2 devs and Ty and I. And this has been our baby, right? We kind of released everything backwards because the first things were easier, right? Buffet is where you stake your MCR tokens and you get the fees of all of the things that we launch. The OTC was specifically built to sell these stakes if you wanted to have a marketplace because all of these are going to be low liquidity tokens. We wanted to have a place for you to be able to sell them. And we have some other stuff coming out now, but everything's feeding the buffet.
Awesome.
Yeah. We don't get any fees. Ty and I personally, all of these fees that are generated by MCR, which is 20% of the hedron, right? This still collects hedron, right? 20% of the hedron goes straight to the MCR stakers in this protocol. That's pretty slick. We only get paid if Ty and I have our tokens staked. MCR 369 tokens can also be bridged across to Ethereum, and those tokens can get the hedron from the Ethereum version of this. So there's a buffet on Pulse and a buffet on Ethereum.
Let me ask you this, Triplet, because I know a lot of people ask about this with newer projects, projects in general. Has this project been audited? If so, how?
100% audited.
Who audited it? Was it Certic?
It wasn't Certic, and Certic is actually not one of my favorite auditors. We have kind of this little boutique company that audits and actually finds issues, right? So Certic, I don't know if they what they do, what their process is, but you send them a whole bunch of money. Right. I think they outsource it and rubber stamp it and send it back and maybe give you a couple issues. Our auditor found a bunch of issues with this, right? And it had to do with time frames and stuff like that. And worked for probably a month and a half with our dev fixing this. So all audited. And once all of our stuff is out, there's another big protocol that we're going to release. We're going to audit it as a group.
Because can you find the audit? Can people see the audit?
100%. It's on our site.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear.
Everything we've ever released, from buffet to steakhouse to OTC, all been audited.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah. Check it out. I just made a pool, I think. I was going for 69 days, but I couldn't get it quite right on the browser. So ended up being 72 days. And then the fees I set at 0, but where can people see that the fees are 0?
I don't know if you can see that it's a 0 fee pool.
Drawn amount. Probably you could see it when you're entering with the
That's
fees.
a good point. That is a data point that we could definitely put on that screen.
Yeah, on this screen to have like a fee column would be good. Probably most of these are 0 right now anyway, right?
Yeah, everything is 0.
Yeah, but yeah, to have a fee column. So I made this 72 days.
Yeah.
Now I can go here and I can see it. And I set it for 168 hours, which is exactly 7 days. So people have 7 days to enter this. Until then, it doesn't start the stake, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Cool. So if we take also the other cool thing is, buddy, is once this gets going, if you scroll down just a little bit, that pool address actually will, when it starts, will link right to Hex Scout.
Nice.
And it will show all the data of everything that's going on in this pool.
Who did you have to bribe to get that to happen?
I don't know who did that. I'm the idea man, right? I take long showers and I come up with these great ideas, and I tell the devs, this is what I would like to build, and Ty goes, that doesn't sound good, right? and then the devs go, we might be able to do that, and then we end up building it. That's been our process so far on everything we've built.
No, it's amazing. I love how many people are building on this chain, and how one thing I've noticed on this chain that may not be so ubiquitous amongst other chains is that there's a lot of camaraderie. There's a lot of olive branches that are extended in this chain regarding developers. There was I've said this before, but there was a really good quote from I was involved in a project called Icon, and the founder basically said, he's like, to paraphrase him, he said, basically, all these chains fight amongst each other, but don't realize that the developers of those chains are working behind the scenes together. And that holds a lot of truth to Pulsechain. There's a lot, there's people who bicker, there's people who, argue. But realistically speaking, the different sub-communities generally are working together in some capacity in association to build. I mean, you just, like you said, made a pool on Steakhouse.
Anybody can enter this pool now. And I just noticed here, like you were saying, Triplet Dad, that because the pool hasn't started, I can actually withdraw from the pool. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, you can withdraw. You could take those tokens and go join that 555 guy if you want to, even as the creator of the pool.
So I could switch to a different pool if I wanted to with using these tokens, but I within the 7-day time frame that I set up. But now that I've created this pool, anybody else could do the same, right? They could come and add to this pool and get a better 100%. Bonus because we did it together. But they could switch. And
the no expectations funds that we received when we had the MCR sacrifice, those hex are ending up in pools that people create.
Nice. They're therefore buffing the entire community.
We're supporting everybody that comes out. So some of those tokens will end up in that pool.
This is a good whale play, especially like a public facing whale. Like you want to help the community, make a pool like this, like the one I just made, but with way more hex than I just put in, and set the fee to 0 and let people come in and get a bonus. This could add to hex adoption, I think, in a serious way.
100%. That's what we're here to do, and I think it does take a little bit of the sting that the OA just did, right?
Of course.
That does hurt a bit because there are people, whether you judge them or subscribe to their ethos, right? I'm okay with you taking a chunk of hex and living off the yield of that. That if it was supposed to be a CD, that's what you do with CDs,
That is what
right?
you do. Yeah.
That's what you do with CDs. I take a big chunk of money, I throw it out there, I live off the interest. That's what you do with that, or annuities, or any of that stuff. So if you want to take DeFi and compare it to a financial instrument, and then let that roll for a number of years, and then take that interest away, right? I am here to make that interest come back.
Absolutely. No, I want to say, guys, this was a fantastic presentation. I appreciate Triple Dad you answering all the questions. Fest Abdul, I appreciate you making excuse me, I'm sick.
right.
Doing what you did on Steakhouse. So guys, I really do appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to streaming with you guys next week.
Are you coming? Are you coming to Vegas, buddy?
No, I'm working.
You're working? Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to pump that a little bit real quick. Fast Abdul and I and Vets are sharing a table. We're going to be close to Randy and his Solid X table. X-Ray Vision's going to be there representing Dark. So a lot of the No Permissions community is going to be there. I know Chris is going to be there with gelato and probably something else special that I know he's working on. We got a lot of No Permissions people supporting the Pulsechain tour in Vegas. It should be a good time. We're going to do some golf tournament. I'm going to do some field trips outside of Vegas. Maybe take Randy for a ride up to Sedona on one of our days off. Right? It's going to be good stuff. Take a look at that, you guys. Come join us. You don't have to be a builder to participate. Come and have some fun. The last time we were there, oh man, good times. You were there, Corey.
I was in 2022. I can't believe it's already been almost 3 years, but yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Meeting tons of speakers. These are all speakers, and it's all the people you know, right? Like Crypto Coffee, Crispy Man, Randy Hilarski, B Roots, like Dollar Cost Crypto, Cultivate Crypto, and of course Fast Abdul, Vets in Crypto, and Triple Dad will all be speaking at the conference.
Prairie Banana, the
Coach
UFO guy. Got to like those guys.
Dane. We got all the good ones are here. Pulsechain Vision, this Max guy. I think I've heard of him before.
Yeah, he likes the snow. He put a snowmobile video up the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I linked into that because I actually have a snowmobile, so that's cool.
Awesome. Sounds good, guys. But yeah, we'll definitely plug that more if you guys want to do that. Talk about that next show as well. Sure. Talk about Pulse 369. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it'll be getting close to the time for the show, so maybe next week that'd be a good topic.
Awesome. Sounds good, guys. Guys, make sure to subscribe to everyone who's streaming this. Fast Abdul, Triple Dad, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like and share this everywhere. And guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, buddy.
Have a good day.
You too. Give me one second.